Watergate and spoke into the urinal. I got through, too. Seen that new Nixon commemorative stamp? You don't have to lick it, you just look at it and it sweats itself onto the envelope. Then we had Jerry Ford, never blame him for our troubles. He didn't do anything. Everybody said that Jerry Ford was a bland president, not too exciting. I don't know about you, but I want my president to be bland. I don't want him to know how to work the media. Now, there's such a thing as reincarnation. I'm sure Jerry Ford would come back as yogurt. Every time I saw him on television, I thought I lost the color on my set. Then we had Jimmy Carter. Carter. Nice man, Jimmy Carter. Had a great smile, great teeth. You know that man could eat a pineapple through a tennis racket? You put a guy like Jimmy Carter in charge of inflation, it's kind of like putting Roseanne in charge of the Twinkies. Then we had Ronald Reagan, an actor. Could start a trend. I don't get these actors going into politics like Mario Cuomo, the brother of Perry Como. Ronald Reagan not long ago announced bravely that he has Alzheimer's and he's looking forward to the sunset of his life. So Ronald Reagan bravely announced not long ago that he has Alzheimer's and he's looking forward to the sunset of his life. George Bush was envoy to China, chairman of the Republican Party, an ambassador, congressman, head of the CIA, vice president, president. Man cannot hold a job. He's dealing with Dan Quayle all those years. Remember when George Bush had that heart flutter? They alerted Dan Quayle to stand by? The whole country had a heart flutter. Dukakis is gone. When I first heard the name Dukakis, I thought he got it off the bottom of an eye chart. Weird name, doesn't it? Sound like a gum disease. I got Dukakis all here. What kind of a name would that be for a president, Dukakis? I mean, where are the Washingtons and the Jeffersons and the Johnsons? Well, they're playing basketball. Well, in '88, I went down to Atlanta and got thrown out by the Democrats, and I ran a Republican before. Now, what's the difference between a Democrat and a Republican? I'll tell you what I think it is. The average Democrat belongs to the Lions Club, and the average Republican belongs to the Country Club. Now, there's a connection between these organizations. The drainage system from the Country Club is the water supply for the Lions Club. You give a cow to a Democrat, he'll milk that cow, keep some for himself, give the rest to poor people. Give that same cow to a Republican, he'll hire a Democrat to milk it at less than a living wage, then he'll suggest there's a milk shortage and sell it at inflated prices. Of course, this enables him to buy a bull. With this bull, he makes a lot more cows, which he hires a lot more Democrats to milk. So you can see that the Republican does to the Democrat what the bull did to the cow. Anyway, a lot of name-calling in '88. I did not indulge in name-calling, unlike my sock-sucking scumbag opponents. They said I wasn't involved in the mainstream. While I drink, I drive recklessly, I chase after women, and still Lloyd Bentsen had the nerve to say, "You're no Ted Kennedy." Then they said I was once a member of the Hare Krishna. Well, it was only for a couple of hours at the airport trying to get money for a connecting flight. Then they said I hit on a guy in a gay bar where there weren't any women there. What the heck was I to do? Then they said I ignored the drug problem. Well, I wrote books on drugs. I gave speeches on drugs. I did darn near everything on drugs. No. 92 was a good year for me. I got on 4 ballots. We'll get to 96 in a minute. 4 primary ballots. I couldn't get on any more because they have them on Tuesday, and that's my bowling night. So this is true. I went to New Hampshire, got 800 votes. Did not go to Louisiana, got 1,500 votes. Went to Kansas, campaigned 2 days, got twice as many votes as David Duke, and he dropped out. Went to North Dakota, got more votes than Ross Perot. This is true. Now, I'm not going to do any jokes about Ross Perot because the last thing I need right now is another credit check. Ross Perot worships the very people he walks on. He's back at his old job modeling for Mad Magazine. And, of course, we elected in '92 Bill Clinton from Arkansas. First man from Arkansas to become president. In fact, the first man from Arkansas to become anything.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.